archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
The green surroundings of the northeast have been shrinking at a rapid pace, the reasons for which are varied and many. In order to halt this degradation, the state governments have come out with a long-term action plan.
The fascinating forests of Kaziranga were once greatly admired even by Pandit Nehru, who remarked that it is time for us to leave shooting with guns and start shooting with the cameras. The captivating sub-Himalayan belt, free from commercial exploitation for ages, was practically hidden to the outer world till the frontier tracts were cut across by the imperial forces in the Great Expedition of 1910 and 1911. Soon, in a span of 3 decades, explorations of the British Army brought with it the opening of new roads and tracts. Emergence of townships and the changes in the demographic pattern totally fragmented this belt into small patches of forests. This was the beginning of an environmental disaster. The northeastern forest system was the least studied even as the National Forest Policy was being drafted. The survival of the forest system was a narrow balance between the tribal activity on the one hand and the soil conditions, nature, and the intensity and periodicity of the rainfall on the other. The sedimentary soil cannot sustain agricultural practices for long. So, the inherent practice of juming emerged as the only solution. Bench terracing and intercropping are also practiced in feasible areas, not as a scientific method, but as a traditional practice. This system had no identity or proximity to that of the practice in the plains. The due recognition that a system had to attain was somehow lost in the planning process. The tribal situation here somehow does not permit the sustenance of an economy that is totally based on minor forest produce or MFP. In a span of 3 decades, the agricultural practice spread to large areas and the Jhum cycles were drastically reduced. Recent studies reveal that in a span of 2 years, nearly 635 square kilometers of forest cover has been lost in this region. Of this, Assam accounts for 234 square kilometers, Mizoram 156, Meghalaya 106, Arunachal Pradesh 96 and Manipur 64 square kilometers respectively. The other 2 states, Nagaland and Tripura, had an increase of 27 and 3 square kilometers respectively. It is at this juncture that a forest action plan has come for a discussion in which the representatives from all the 7 states came to a common platform at Guwahati earlier this month.
The consultant along with the director, National Forestry Action Plan, they are giving the guidelines to the officers from the State Forest Department in what manner they have to prepare the State Forestry Action Plan.
Any forestry plan is longer term than biennials or annuals. It has to be at least more than 10 years, or it is long term. Yes, but together with the long term species, you can mix short term species also. So it is a range term.
The technological forecasting and planning in land management is still an unheard of practice. Even if it is so, it is limited to the files. Sustained agriculture and irrigation have a deleterious effect in long-term planning. Our Indo-Gangetic plains are showing signs of decay. The subsoil irrigation has led to the conversion of large areas of fertile land into wastelands. Widespread use of chemical pesticides have led to toxicity, followed by imbalances in the ecosystem. The continued cropping with 2 to 3 yields per annum led to the loss of soil fertility and thereby the fertilizers came to be used in amazing quantities. Mixed cropping and rotation of crops became unfeasible in many regions. This story of the plains needs a review before the scientific community comes out openly to attack the Jhuming cultivation.
This is a problem, and we have been thinking how to convert this destructive process of cultivation into a generative process, and we are very happy in Nagaland that Jhum cultivation is not a problem. Without Jhum cultivation, we have come to find it out that there will be no economic viable tree plantation. No Jhum cultivation, therefore we used to say no tree plantation. We also like to say no economy, no ecology.
Will Jhuming be made a healthy practice, or will this tradition vanish forever? Even if Jhuming is stopped, can the alternate means check deforestation? To add, 20 years of a forest action plan is a negligible period when seen in the context of environment and ecosystems, as these systems are not linked to the chronology of human timing but to the geological time scale.
Pushura is the post-harvesting festival celebrated in Lower Assam. The protagonists of the festival are both the herdsman and the bull. Canvas captures the anxiety and fervour that go with this festival.
Pushura, the festival of herdsmen, is celebrated by the people of Lower Assam. The festival, according to the Bhogali Bihu, is celebrated in the harvesting month of Posh, hence the name Pushura. Pushura festival has been celebrated for over 200 years. It is an occasion which allows the herdsman to forget the daily struggle of life and spend a day in joyous abandon. Like all agricultural communities, the people here revere their cattle. The day of the festival is a holiday even for the cattle. They are herded to the rivers for a bath and are then massaged with oil for the evening fight. At the end of the harvesting season, the bulls and their herdsmen both start preparing for their ensuing battles. The bulls for the bullfight and the herdsmen for the lathi fight. People dress up in new clothes. Every household prepares traditional delicacies and tries its best to arrange a feast for the village herdsmen. As the month of Posh starts, the herdsmen in groups visit every house in the village, singing songs and blessing the people. The Pushura songs are similar to the Mo-ho-ho songs of Assam. Carrying long bamboo batons in their hands, they sing songs in praise of the natural beauty of their village. The villagers in turn offer them rice and money.
The money and goodies collected this way are spent on a communal feast for the herdsmen. The festival is inaugurated with the hoisting of a flag by a celebrity. The highlights of the festival are the bullfights and the lathi fights. Both attract spectators in thousands. The participating bulls represent various villages. Only those herdsmen are allowed in the arena whose bulls are participating in the fight. The bull that runs away is adjudged the loser. With great valor and enthusiasm, each bull tries to protect its owner's pride and honor. the fights and the battles of Pushkara are left behind at the festival grounds, and what prevails is the joie de vivre and harmony among the people. Unaffected by the forces of intolerance, Pushkara reinforces peace and harmony in a region desirous of both.
Can a curse ever prove to be a boon? In the case of Shravan Kumar Singh from Manipur, it has. In the field of hairstyling, he has established himself as a unique master and a wizard. In our section, In Person, we bring you face to face with this interesting personality.
This is not a cap, but in fact, hairstyling perfected to a art by T.H. Shravan Kumar Singh. In April 1994, Shravan Kumar suffered from a long spell of illness. He couldn't have his hair cut. As a result, they grew unusually long. Humorous compliments over his long hair by his friends who came to visit him generated the idea of hair caps. Perhaps Shravan Kumar Singh is the only master in this field, and his art is totally unique and ingenious.
आइडिया ऑटोमेटिकली आएगा।
कभी आप दुकान में भी जाते हैं?
हाँ सर।
तो लोग क्या कहते हैं आप?
देने के बाद ये मेरा ऐसा वाला टोपी कभी नहीं देखा। हाँ, इसीलिए मेरा मैं क्वेश्चन करता ये कहाँ से लिया, कहाँ से ऐसा क्वेश्चन करता मैं बोल दिया ये मेरा।
It involves painstaking effort. The only external aid is a comb and a creative mind. For him, it is something he enjoys, and the onlookers get amused. But Shravan does not wish to capitalize on it commercially. Shravan can style his lengthy and curly hair into various types of hair caps. And surprisingly, there is no effort involved in caring for his hair.
Did you ever go to any specialist in hair styling?
No sir.
Never.
It was all your idea.
Yes sir, it is my idea.
See, after some years, maybe your hair doesn't stay the way it is. So, do you think you should go to some beautician or some hair stylist or somebody who can take a special care of your hair?
No sir.
He uses only some special herbal oils and shampoos his hair once a week. But this art has not won him recognition as yet and is still unemployed. Donning his typical hair cap, Shravan draws attention wherever he goes. People find it hard to believe that it's his original hair. Once, while depositing electricity bill, the clerk demanded his cap. The clerk was not convinced and Shravan had to undo his hair. It might be amusing, but a question arises, where will this art lead him to?
Do you feel uneasy or do you feel happy?
I am very happy sir.
You're very happy.
Very.
You want to give public shows also?
No sir.
Abhiruchi Day, organized by the founders of Abhiruchi magazine, has a twin purpose of honoring a great athlete and encouraging the growth of sports in the state. A special report.
Abhiruchi, the only sports magazine of the Northeast, celebrated its annual Sports Day all over Assam for the 12th time on the birthday of Bhogeshwar Barua, the Arjun Award winner of Assam.
मेरा खेला धुला स्टार्ट तो 1961-62 में किया था और यहाँ नहीं है, वो भी आंध्र प्रदेश सिकंदराबाद में। लेकिन एथलेटिक मेरा 1963 में है स्टार्ट किया और 1963-64 ऑल इंडिया ओपन मीट न्यू दिल्ली में नेशनल स्टेडियम में हुआ था और उसी में मैं 4x400 मीटर रिले का गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट था। उसका बाद ये एथलेटिक बाद में भी ऐसे ही शुरू हो गया। 1965 में मैं 800 मीटर का न्यू रिकॉर्ड किया था नेशनल्स का और उसका बाद तो आप लोग को मालूम है जो 1966 में मैं एशिया का रिकॉर्ड किया और उसी का रिजल्ट मेरा ख्याल 1967 में हमको अर्जुन अवार्ड मिला।
On the birthday of Bhogeshwar Barua, in as many as 300 venues all over Assam, various sports programs were organized. In the mass run, an integral part of the entire proceedings, people from all walks of life and all age groups took part. At Guwahati, the mass run was followed by a felicitation program in the evening. Noted sports personalities of the state belonging to various sports like badminton, football, swimming, and tennis were honored. The guest of honor this year was Premchand Dogra, a former Mr. Universe in amateur bodybuilding.
The Umiam Lake, with its lush green surroundings, is the ideal holiday resort any tourist can dream of. Offering a wide range of water sports facilities, this lake is sought after by one and all. Our next section, Destination.
Barely 17 kilometers from Shillong, the capital of Meghalaya, lies the beautiful Umiam Lake in Badapani. The place is thronged by the tourists on a regular basis. Meghalaya Tourism Development Corporation has built cottages, restaurants and hotels to provide the tourists a The lake and its surroundings are breathtakingly beautiful. Reflection of the drooping pines and the clear blue sky on the placid waters of the lake can have a hypnotizing effect on the visitors. For the local visitors, the Umiam Lake Resort is perhaps the most frequented picnic spots. It is also an angler's paradise. With the right amount of patience, the lover of this sport can end the day with a rewarding catch. Rowboats, paddle boats and cruise boats. The calm water stretch is a beautiful sight
Road link. Barapani is 17 kilometers from Shillong. Rail. Nearest railhead is Guwahati, 100 kilometers from Shillong. Air. Nearest airport is Umroi, 32 kilometers from Shillong. Hotels. Accommodation facilities are available at Barapani. There are a large number of hotels at Shillong too. Best season to visit, October to May.